Серия-21, Красная Поляна, двойной джекпот, и мы продолжаем. Мы сегодня взяли очень стремительный старт с первого поединка, и вот уже добрались до 9-го боя. Итак, в клетку выходят полутяжи. Встречайте, в синий угол приглашается боец из России Александр Podmarev.
You're watching MMA Series 21 Double Jackpot. We are live from the WOW Arena in Sochi, Russia. A big casino here in one of the homes of Russian sports. Brought to you by the Football Sports Network and seen around the world on the Clash TV app. I'm ENM16 Butlin, and that is Alexander Podmarev, the first of our fighters for this light heavyweight contest. Podmarev, you see there, 8 wins and 3 defeats. 4 of those wins coming by big KO. Two months ago, we saw him here on the MMA series with that big TKO win versus Elmar. He'll be looking to carry on those winning ways. A light heavyweight contest. Making his way to the blue corner, Alexander Podmarev.
Добро пожаловать в клетку, Александр Podmarev. А в красный угол я приглашаю соперника, боец из России Elmar Gasanov.
And his opponent making his way down to the red corner, Elmar Gasanov. Gasanov, an unbeaten professional light heavyweight. A record of 3 wins and no defeats as a professional. He's unbeaten as amateur and professional though. Not many times you'll see a fighter who goes completely unbeaten through his amateur career and now 3-0 as a pro. He's coming off a very fast rear naked choke win and certainly one to watch. This is, I feel on paper, his toughest fight to date though against Alexander Podmarev. Two strong fighters, slightly more experienced Podmarev, but the unbeaten Gasanov. As he gets his final checks, Gasanov will make his way down to the red corner. If you're watching at home on the Clash TV app, or if you don't have the Clash TV app, you can download and you can clap for your favorite fighters, score the fights and discuss in the chat rooms.
Elmar Gasanov. Уважаемая публика, я готов представить вам соперников. И первым бойца, который стоит по левую руку от меня и выйдет на этот поединок из синего угла. Ему 26 лет. Его официальный вес на данный момент 93 килограмма ровно, при росте 186 сантиметров. Его профессиональный рекорд 8 побед, 4 из которых досрочно при 3 поражениях. Он представитель Центра единоборств «Шторм», город Омск. Дамы и господа, встречайте, Александр Podmarev! И через клетку, напротив, Его соперник выйдет на этот поединок из красного угла. Ему 21 год. Его официальный вес 93 килограмма ровно при росте 185 сантиметров. Его профессиональный рекорд 3 победы и ни одного поражения. Он представляет бойцовский клуб «Спарта», Алтайский край, город Бийск, Эльмар Gasanov.
You're watching MMA Series 21. This is a light heavyweight contest between Podmarev in the blue corner, Gasanov in the red. Experienced Podmarev takes on the unbeaten Gasanov. Touch of gloves. It's Gasanov. Moving fast on his feet, lands first with a right cross. Mixing up inside low kick. Podmarev trying to throw from inside that tight guard as he walks forward. Nice uppercut there from Podmarev in the clinch. Staying nice and tight. Another left hook there from inside the clinch. Midpoint kick. Gasanov moving well on his feet, switching between southpaw and orthodox. I say that and he stumbles back. He wasn't caught with anything there. Again, they exchange uppercuts in the close inside, in the pocket, as they say. Nice sharp punches going in. Nice combination shots. 3 punches there from Gasanov. Neither man managing to edge away, neither getting the upper hand here. Again, it's Podmarev working from behind that high guard. Gasanov with a flowing style. Switching stance, throwing his punches. Maybe putting the combinations together slightly better than Podmarev. And he switches things up and attacks the legs. Podmarev with a fast sprawl manages to defend the takedown. Will that give Podmarev a little bit of confidence there as he defended well? Again, the volume of shots coming from Gasanov. Podmarev, more single shots from behind that high guard. He walks through there with a powerful, stiff jab. Again, it's the combination punching of Gasanov. 3 shots every time. Podmarev, if he's going to walk forwards like this with his hands up, he needs to try to cut the cage off. Try to use the footwork to cut the cage off. At the moment, he's just following, really. Not using the footwork intelligently, which is allowing Gasanov just to move around freely. Again, nice in and out movement there. Gasanov, really nice work behind that southpaw jab. Nice knee there on the inside, works for the throw. That one didn't land clean. This is better work here from Podmarev, but still the volume of shots. 61 punches so far thrown from Gasanov. Looks for the takedown. And that could seal the first round. I believe he's ahead anyway. He's now got the takedown. Can he pass the guard? Podmarev was looking for the sweep there, but actually gives up the back. Looking to use that Kimura. The Kimura, an excellent grip, the 2-on-1 grip of that arm. There's good defense for the back take, works for the sweeps, and he used it well there to get himself back up. Can he make the most of it now? But it's Gasanov again, throwing more shots, putting the shots together in combination, lefts and rights. That was a heavy blow there, though, from Podmarev. Heavy shots to finish the round. Showing his strength and power there. So that was the first round of our light heavyweight contest. Alexander Podmarev. Looking at the stats here, certainly the higher volume of shots. 72 shots I have in front of me here, compared with 54 on the stats there that have come up. 67 to 78. So not that many more landed, but the busier work and the combination punching coming from Gasanov, which surely will edge in the eye of the judges. You see here, every time he got into a clinch, he was putting the punches together well. I do believe at the end of the round, the power shots were coming from Alexander Podmarev. Here we see the trip and the takedown. If you're watching at home and you have the Clash TV app, please clap for your favorite fighter, score your fights, and ask any questions. For me, that first round edged there slightly to Elmar Gasanov, just from the busier work, the combination punching, and that takedown. You're watching MMA Series 21. This is round number 2 of a light heavyweight contest between Alexander Podmarev in the blue and Elmar Gasanov in the red. Gasanov slightly ahead of my card from the first round. Low calf kick there from Gasanov from the outside. The calf kick, a good, oh, again you hear that noise. An awful sound and an awful feeling of shin to metal. Again, Gasanov will be given time to recover. So I was talking about the calf kick. It's a technique that seems to have come from the Russian MMA events. You saw the calf kicks there much earlier than it came through into the UFC and the American events. And here, just looking at the Clash TV scores, 330 to Podmarev, 308 to Gasanov. So definitely a very close fight. You guys at home on a Clash TV app scoring slightly to Podmarev. I'm edging slightly toward Gasanov from the combination shots, but it's anybody's fight right here. Back in the center of the cage. Again, you see that low kick there. Kicking into the calf. It could do so much damage, especially against a heavy striking lead foot fighter who puts the weight on the front foot to land power shots. Makes it very difficult to put the power into the shots once the calf's been damaged. So clever move from Gasanov as he carries on. Podmarev still coming forward, still chasing rather than cutting off the cage. Does look the more powerful, stronger of the two, Podmarev. You got to think, will that start to tell as the fight goes on? Look how he just lays down there the weight. Heavy sprawl, but Gasanov carries on working for the single and gets it. Great work and persistence there from Gasanov. Looks to pass guard, but a nice stand up there into the front headlock position. Podmarev looks to break free and land a heavy blow there. Gasanov switched, looking for the double, now looking for the single. Can he get the takedown again? These takedowns will start to tell on the scoring if the striking is even. Again, defending well. Referee stopped the action there to put the gum shield back in. The gum shield had fallen out for Elmar Gasanov. But he's chopping solid elbows from the big, powerful Podmarev. Working the ground and pound punches in. Gasanov can't stay in this turtle position for long. He needs to stand up. Trying to get the arms free. 2 minutes left in the second round here. That's a big, strong man to be holding down the weight on the back of your head. A tiring position to be in as Gasanov tries to finish the takedown, tries to pull the leg in. Gasanov again trying to pull that leg, trying to drive in, but it's the powerful shots here, the weight of Podmarev on top of him, driving punches into the head. Gasanov needs to try to get that head clear for me. He needs to give up the attack on the leg, although maybe he's just threatening the attack on the leg to try and get the head clear. At the moment here, if he can turn that round and pull those hips away from the fence, easier said than done against someone with a good base and the weight there that Podmarev is using. Switching between the elbows with the right arm, the punches with the left underneath the armpit. Driving in these ground and pound shots. If we see the stats now, I'm sure Podmarev is starting to edge away in this fight. And it's all from this failed takedown attempt from Elmar Gasanov. Again, controlling well. He's got the underhook on the left arm, controlling on the wrist, and he's holding at the position there. He's got the leg hooked in. And this is a great ground and pound position here now. Just looking here at the strikes on the ground, 45 strikes thrown, 37 landed on my scoring here for Podmarev. I thought the referee had stood them back up there. Podmarev has his back taken, the takedown at the end of the round, but I think that might be too little too late to score for that round. Now, what damage have all those shots done to Gasanov there? You see on the stats, Podmarev has easily pulled away there on strikes thrown and double the strikes landed. What we don't know is what effect have those strikes had on Elmar Gasanov. So here we see the start of the round where they were still on the feet. Gasanov working to get the takedowns, defending well was Podmarev with great weight. Every time he was taken down, he managed to sit out and put the weight over the head of Gasanov. Made it so difficult for him to finish any takedowns. His sprawls were good early on, and here we saw his takedown defense and the way he positioned himself against the fence was so good for ground and pound. Clear second round win for me on my card for Alexander Podmarev. The damage to the face there of Elmar Gasanov tells the story as well. So clean around the cage. And we'll be ready to start round number 3. Final round of a light heavyweight contest, MMA Series 21. This is Alexander Podmarev in the blue, Elmar Gasanov in the red. I felt Gasanov edged the first, but it was a clear win in the second round for Alexander Podmarev, who looks to be pulling away using the strength and size takedown defense. Gasanov starts sharp for round number 3. His best work has been in the open play, stood up. And that was a tired right cross and stumble forward there from Podmarev. Has he used everything he had to defend the takedown and throw those strikes in round number 2? And looking to move in and out. Gasanov still switching stance, using the jab on whichever leg is leading. Definitely a slower start to round number 3 here. I feel Gasanov needs to step on the gas, start to work some strikes, put those punches together in 1s, 2s and 3s as he did in round number 1. Hitting and moving now is Gasanov, but it's single shots here in round number 3. Not like the combination punching that was winning him the first round. Can he put these shots together? Has he got enough left in the tank? Podmarev, when he goes back and watches this back, I think he's going to know he needs to work on cutting down the cage. If he's going to follow someone, stalk with those hands up, he needs to learn how to cut the cage off, back his opponent to the cage side and to the outside. The moment he's letting Podmarev move around. That's a nice right cross from Podmarev. From Gasanov, sorry. Gasanov again, light on his feet. Again, he tries to chop in with that low kick into the calf. That's better work. Jab, jab, cross, and then finished off with a straight left. Straight left, similar to a jab, but it's with the hips very powerful in. It's like a power jab off the lead leg. And jab, jab. Definitely the better weapon for Gasanov has been the jab on the lead leg. As soon as he switches stance, he jabs nicely from southpaw or orthodox. Now he's putting them together in 2s. Gasanov really working well, and although the stats will show Podmarev landing more strikes, if we look at it over the rounds, it's scored on a round-by-round basis. It doesn't matter how many strikes Podmarev scored to win round 2. If he doesn't win rounds 1 and 3, the score will go to Gasanov. I know round number 1 was very close. I had it edging towards Gasanov. This round, I'm also edging towards Gasanov. Podmarev with a big second, but on the way the scoring works, that could mean that the fight goes to Gasanov, even if he doesn't land as many strikes or control as much. Again, picking through that high up guard. 20 seconds left in the 3rd and final round. This is MMA Series 21 light heavyweight contest. The dying seconds here now. And on my card, that was the referee telling me they have 10 seconds left. On the round-by-round scoring, I have this fight going to Elmar Gasanov. on the first round and the third round. That huge winning round for round number 2 went to Alexander Podmarev. I think it will all depend on how that first round was scored. Look at the damage there to the face. And that is a huge amount of shots thrown and landed for a light heavyweight contest. Over 300 strikes thrown, 150 landed. That is a very busy, active light heavyweight contest over 3 rounds. So let's hand it over to the MC for our official announcement. Coming up, we still have 3 huge fights, so stay tuned while these scores are being added up. A big heavyweight contest next, and then we have our co-main event featherweight title fight and the heavyweight main event. All that to come after we hear the score here. Makes you think this must be a close contest. If this still adding up the scores, will it be a split decision? A split decision win is where the judges have scored it to different fighters. A majority decision. So split decision, one fighter would win, the other fighter would win another card, and one judge would score it a draw. A majority decision is if two judges score it to blue, one to red, for example, and then a unanimous decision, all judges have the same score. When it's been totaled up for this long, it generally looks like a majority or a split decision. An anxious wait for these 2 fighters. Look at the face there of Elmar Gasanov. Saw the power, the heavy blows of Podmarev. Well, this is building my anticipation for the result. Like I said on my card, I still feel Elmar Gasanov edged the fight on the round-by-round scoring, but this must be so close. This is your official decision.
Итак, после 3 раундов смешанных боевых искусств судейское решение выглядит следующим образом. Первый раунд – ничья. Второй раунд в пользу бойца синего угла. Третий раунд в пользу бойца красного угла. Итак, по последнему раунду с преимуществом победу одержал Elmar Gasanov.
Okay, there, so you see the scoring there went to Elmar Gasanov. Now, another argument could have been for Podmarev to have had a 10-8 round in that second round, which would have made the fight a draw, because it was a very conclusive win in round number 2. But the judges have gone the same as my scoring.
ММА Серии,
Давайте поаплодируем Александру Подмареву.
Let's applaud
Yeah, so the judge has gone the same as my scoring, and the winner, Elmar
for this
Gasanov.
amazing fight.
Судейское решение вот таким вот образом
judge's verdict
получилось. И поэтому давайте поаплодируем победителю этого боя Эльмару Гасанову.
Is so that Elmar Gasanov has won it.
Ну, просто скажи, как дела вообще?
Just tell us, how are you? I'm all right, thank you. I'm glad
что
with
пригласили
this
меня на
victory.
этот турнир. Я приехал,
I came
проявил
here,
себя. Очень большой, простой
show
год,
my
чуть больше
skills,
года.
showed my skills.
Я, можно сказать, из-за пандемии нигде не дрался.
I didn't fight
Очень
because
хочу
of
поблагодарить
pandemic time.
клуб, моего тренера.
I want
Дмитрия
to
Гасянова.
thank my team, my
Он лучший в
coach.
своем деле. Он сказал, как мне работать, я работал
He
так.
said how I was gonna work,
И огромное
and I did
спасибо
it.
Александру Шейндруку,
Thanks to
директору этого
Alexander
клуба,
Scheidung,
организатору клуба,
the head
кто
of
помогает
the
мне,
club
моему
where
тренеру,
I'm
по
training.
подготовкам боя. И огромное спасибо
And thanks a
всем
lot
моим болельщикам,
to all my supporters
которые приехали с Алтая сюда
who came
поддержать
here
меня.
from Altai region.
Спасибо, ребят.
Thanks.
Все, и также хочу
to you
поблагодарить
guys.
всех, кто поддержит меня, кто
Also,
смотрит меня в
I
данный момент.
wanna say thank you
любит и
to
ценит,
all
спасибо вам
who
большое.
is supporting
И
me
спасибо еще раз
from the
организаторам.
TV.
Скажи, первый раунд показал, что очень хороший темп задал
The first round
Александр.
was very
И
tough,
показалось,
but,
что ты устаешь. Однако
you
в
got
третьем
a
раунде
very
ты изменил
you got
тактику
a very high
и
speed, but
стал
after that
выступать
you
по-другому.
ran
Это была
out a
тренерская
lot of
установка, или
gas.
ты на самом деле не чувствовал себя
Was
уставшим?
it so?
Нет, Саня очень
wasn't.
крепкий боец, довольно.
My opponent was a very tough fighter, Alexander.
Стойки, то есть мы с тренером договорились в конце раунда перевести все так, как и
With my
планировали.
coach, we
В
decided
первом раунде
to
я
take him
поработал с ним
down,
стойки, в конце раунда
and that was
перевел
my
его.
mistake.
Второй раунд получился
The
неудачливый для
second
меня.
round,
В третьем
I
раунде я
didn't
просто
get it.
подумал, он очень физически
But
крепкий.
in the
Я
third,
не смог его перевести,
I
я работал
decided
чисто на
to
ударке. Все, ловил,
go
контроль,
striking.
дорабатывал. Вот все, что я могу сказать.
So that is
Давайте
all what I
поаплодируем.
can say.
Эльмар Гасанов! Ждем тебя
We
на
hope to
MMA
see you
Series.
again in the future. Thank you.
Your winner on points there, Elmar Gasanov, in a very tough fight, still unbeaten, 4-0, but that was his toughest contest to date. Alexander Podmarev and Elmar Gasanov. Gasanov came into the fight unbeaten in the first round. He moved fast on his feet, jabbing, throwing combinations and moving off. Podmarev trying to use his weight. The takedown there, sealing the first round on my card for Elmar Gasanov. It's the power shots, the heavy driving forward of Alexander Podmarev started to take its toll. And in round number 2, look at a heavy sprawl. Working the chopping elbows, and he just could not put Podmarev onto his back. Podmarev sat against the fence where he felt comfortable, just striking, working elbows, punches under the armpit. Fighting and fighting for that takedown, but it took so much out of Elmar Gasanov. Round number 3, Gasanov back to his feet, worked in and out, sharp shots, took the fight on points on my card and that of the judges.